Hi guys, it's Ruth here, Artful Stampin', and welcome to the February's Christmas Challenge Stampathon launch. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this already, but if you haven't, please head to Facebook and search for Christmas Challenge Stampathon 2018, and you can join in the fun. So basically, in January 25th. We launched and we asked you to make 10 tags and to put pictures of your tags onto the Facebook page. And so here we are on the 25th of February giving you your challenge for this month. So the challenge this month is not to use colourful seasons, this is just the stamp set I've chosen, but to create 4 cards, at least 4 cards, sorry I had 3 then, I meant 4, 4 cards using non-Christmassy colours, so kind of non-traditional Christmas colours. And the Christmas colours that I regard to be traditional are kind of like reds and greens and golds, and possibly I would say kind of the blues and the silvers in there as well. So anything kind of not in that category, then please use those to make at least 4 cards. If you can make some more, then that's fantastic. So if you want to check out what January's challenge was, then do go back to my channel and look for the Facebook page and find out what's going on. So this is the card that I've stamped for this month's bit of inspiration for you guys. And I wanted to do more than just kind of like stamp it and just show it to you. I wanted to kind of break down the thought processes that go into me designing a card like this, so that you can perhaps use the same principles to design your own cards. So quite often I get comments about my work and just go, oh, oh, Ruth, you're so artsy, or you're so clever and stuff like that. And I said to a little girl yesterday, actually, I was helping her make some jewelry, and she said, oh, you're so good at this. And I said, you know what? It doesn't just come like that. I said, it takes practice. If you want to get good at making something, good at being creative, then it's not just about kind of, you don't just inherit it. It doesn't just kind of like zap you like lightning. You actually do have to work at it. Now, that's not to say you can't enjoy that process, and that actually, the creative process is enjoyable. But if you want to get better and better and better at whatever craft it is that you do, then it does take practice. So that being said, let's get straight to it. So in order to make this card, I've already punched out with the, I think it was the 2-inch, it is, yeah, the 2-inch circle punch, some sticky note here. And I'm going to place that down sort of the centre of my card, but the sort of top half of it. And now the reason for that is because I want there to be a focal point, but I want it to be a little bit towards the top of my card. I can't tell you why I wanted that. It's just the way I like it. So, that's just, there's no particular decision making behind that one. So then I used stamps that have got some block elements to them. Now, I'm going to explain why I chose the colours that I chose. I've got Peekaboo Peach, Cajun Craze and Rich Razzleberry. And the reason I chose the Peekaboo Peach and the Cajun Craze together was because I wanted to have a lighter version of the Cajun Craze to use my block stamps. If I was to maybe stamp that in Cajun Craze and then try and get the Peekaboo Peach to go over the top, it would kind of not show up as much. So bear that in mind, that when you're choosing colours, not only just choose different colours for your project, but think about a lighter shade or a darker shade, so that you've got things to kind of sit against each other and to complement. So here I've got the thick one. Sorry, not the thick, the block image. I'm just going to ink that up. Now, always be aware that as well as just inking up your stamp and stamping it, you've got a lighter shade available to you. Once you've stamped your stamp, you can stamp again. So I'm going to make full use of this by stamping and then stamping again. But as I go to stamp again, I make sure that I stamp further inwards, because where I've stamped the onto the sticky note, there's going to be a very faint residue line on there, and I don't want that to show up on my work. So I'm not going to stamp that over here now, because that would then reveal that line. So I'm going to stamp a bit closer in so that that's not going to show. And you can probably see there, I know it's quite faint, but you can see if I stamp that onto my work, that would have showed up. Okay, so I deliberately did not want that to happen. So my aim here at the moment is to make sure that all around the circle here I have a pale colour that is going to kind of surround that circle, because I want the circle to actually really show up. So I'm just going to stamp another of these leaves again. So I've stamped there, and oh, made a little boo-boo there. I didn't stamp hard enough, so I know what, I'll just try and cover that up by doing a lighter version there, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so carrying on with trying to just make sure I've got some Peekaboo Peach all the way around. I've got the smaller maple leaf here, and I'm going to stamp and stamp again there, and then stamp and stamp again. And I actually want one of the leaves to be a bit further away, so I'm actually going to stamp there, and then maybe stamp that one there, like that, and then have one kind of falling away like that, and then that one can fall even further downwards. Okay, so there I have, it's a fairly balanced coverage there of the Peekaboo Peach around, and then just a little trail off to the side. I kind of quite like that look where you have a focal point and then you have a little trail either to the top or the bottom. So just bear that in mind when you're designing your cards, that it's nice to have a focal point, but also it's nice to have something kind of like off from it. Okay, now I'm just really aware I've got jingly jangly bracelets, and I hope they're not too distracting. They keep knocking the table, but I'm going to try and keep going. Okay, so here I have got a snowflake, and then I've got the gorgeous maple outline here. So I'm going to use a Cajun Craze on this one because I want it to show up a bit more. So here we go. We're going to ink it up, and I don't want to do it directly over the top. I'm just going to do it slightly to the side. Now, on the original card, I've not done any two-step stamping. I've not done that again. So I meant second generation stamping. I've not done it again because I really want it to be quite a bold image to show up. So I'm going to just do 3 of these. Now, if you're ever wondering, you know, how many images shall I stamp? If you're a bit of a not sure what to do, then I always tend to say go for 1, 3, 5, 7. Go for odd numbers. I don't tend to stamp in even numbers. It's kind of like a hangover from design rules that I was taught when I was doing flower arranging. So, and it's the same also with jewellery making. I tend not to work in even numbers. Okay, so this is Rich Razzleberry, and I'm going to stamp her snowflake there, and then I wouldn't mind like a little bit of a snowflake showing up just at the side there. And then we're going to do the same over here, and I'm just sort of kind of filling in around the edge of my design there. Then, oh, I fancy having one there, and then maybe one there like that, and then one sort of falling off to the side of the card like that, and the second one there. Okay, so it's not exactly the same as the one that I did before, but it's following very similar rules. Okay. So I'm going to peel that off, and there you've got your lovely circle. It's very clear and crisp, and there that will fit in the sentiment that I've chosen. Now the sentiment has come from Flurry of Wishes, this set here, and I've had it quite a while now, but it's still going strong. It's in the current catalogue, and I must have used this quite a few times actually for Christmas cards because it's great. And I'm just going to fit that in right in the middle, and this fits in the 2-inch space, circle space, really beautifully. So there we go. So all that remains is to mount it. Now I'm going to be making 4 of these, and one of these is going to make its way into one of the gift prizes that we're going to be giving away in November. So the idea is that every 25th of the month you get a challenge to make something Christmassy, and so that by the time November comes you end up with quite a stash of cards, tags and various other things that we haven't challenged you on yet. We're not going to tell you what they are just yet, to give away for Christmas. Now there's 3 regional kind of prizes. There's the USA, Australia and the UK. And so for each region, there's going to be a draw prize. So every month that you enter, you basically get a ticket. So if you entered in January's challenge, you will get 1 ticket to get into that raffle for the prize. If you enter now a second entry for February, you will then get 2 tickets, and so on and so on and so on. Now, when you go to the Facebook page and upload pictures of the things that you've created, please, 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 could you just, if you want to put a description of what you've done, that's fantastic. But could you please make sure that you add what region you're in? So either USA, Australia or UK. It just makes life a little bit easier for us administrators, because there's a few of us just trying to sort out the lists for who's entered the different regions. Okay, right, well this is your challenge then. It's to make at least four non-traditional colour Christmas cards. Okay, the imagery can be as traditional as you want, but please can the colours be non-traditional. Right, so thank you for watching, and I hope that this has inspired you to get on. Now remember, you've got to the 24th of March to get your entries in, and then on the 25th of March we'll be coming back with a new challenge for you. So happy stamping, and I look forward to seeing what you create. Bye.